Want to sneeze? Nope. Okay. This is the Unit 5 Lesson 1 retrieval. In our packet, it's on page 7. Okay, we have a lot to do in these first questions. We need to create a table and graph, and then find the x and y intercepts and circle them on the table and on the graph. So I think I'm going to start with the graph actually, and then we'll fill in the table. Okay, so here's my poorly drawn x and y axis. I can see that this line is going to start at 8. I'm not wearing my glasses. Oh, just barely. And the slope of the line is -2. So each step that I go over, I have to go down 2. So down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Okay, now I can connect those with a straight line like that. Okay, now I'm just going to take all those points and write them in the table. So when x was 0, y was 8. When x was 1, y was 6. X is 2, y is 4. These values just keep decreasing by 2 because the slope was -2. Okay, that should be good. Now the other thing we're supposed to do is state the x and y intercepts, and we're also supposed to circle them on both the table and the graph. So let's start with the y-intercept. The y-intercept is where the graph crosses the y-axis. That also happens to be where x is equal to 0. So in the table, that was right here. All right, so y-intercept, 0, 8. The x-intercept is where the graph crosses the x-axis. So that was right here. That happens to be where y is equal to 0. So at this point. So in general, your y-intercept is going to be 0, and then a number. And your x-intercept is going to be a number, 0. Okay, next problem, number 2. This equation looks a little bit different. It's not y equals like usual, it's x plus y equals 7. So we're gonna have to approach this one a little bit differently. I think actually I'm gonna start with the table on this one. Okay, so let's start with something easy. If I have 0 for x, imagine this x is 0. Y would have to be 7, because 0 plus 7 is 7. Let's keep it really simple. If x is 1, so this right here was 1, y would have to be 6. So basically I'm just choosing two numbers that add up to 7. If x is 2, y would have to be 5. If x is 3, y would be 4. Let's just keep going for a little bit. Okay, let's graph this. 0, 7. So 1, 2. Oh, I put the x-axis in a different spot than the last problem, so it looks like it's the same point as last time, but it's actually only at 7, not 8. Okay, 1, 6, 2, 5, 4, 3. Remember that this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, so I'm just kind of plotting these points here, and 7, 0. All right, I can connect those. There's my line. All right, let's start with the y-intercept. That's right here. That's where I started this whole table. The location where the line crosses the y-axis is at 0, 7. And the x-intercept, where it crosses the x-axis, that's over here. That'd be at 7, 0. All right, we're going to see this type of equation a lot more in this unit, so if it feels weird right now, don't worry. We'll get used to it. Okay, last thing we have to do is solve the inequality, and there's a lot going on here, but I see parentheses, so the first thing I'm going to do is distribute. 2x minus 6. There's still a lot going on. I think I can make this side simpler by combining the -6 and the 5. So that would be 2x minus 1. I'm going to have to continue this underneath. I don't have enough room. I've got x's on both sides, so I need to get rid of one of them. I think I'm going to get rid of the 2x because it's smaller and I don't like dealing with negative x's. So those go away. Now I have -1 greater than or equal to 3x minus 2x would be 1x minus 10. Now I'm trying to get this x by itself, so I have to undo the minus 10. Opposite of subtracting 10 would be adding 10. Okay, -1 plus 10, that'd be 9, greater than or equal to x, because those went away. All right, now if you want to have the x first, you can rewrite this, but remember if you flip around an inequality, you also have to flip around the inequality symbol. So it has to look like that. It's not like an equal sign. Like with an equal sign, it doesn't matter which way you write the statement. With an inequality, every time you flip it, you have to flip the sign too. Okay, so 9 is right here. I'm going to do a closed circle because this is less than or equal to. And since x is less than, it's got the smaller side of the symbol pointing towards the x. I want the numbers that are smaller than 9. So we're going to shade this way very poorly. It's not my best work. Okay, cool.